This is one of the foremost of the big herbs, and to me the big herbs are our trees. These trees make it possible to have all these understory herbs, because these understory herbs need 50 to 60%, 70% shade.
The majority of these herbs that are out in these hills are plants that have a long history of human interaction.
It's flower buds.
We are a part of that community. We are a part of what has taken place in the history of those plants on this planet. And there's a relationship that's been built there between human beings and these medicinal herbs. They've been used for a very long time.
When you're harvesting at an angle, water will less likely sit here and create, mildew or disease.
That human interaction, that loving touch, is really a part of their survival now. It's integrated. It has become a mutualistic relationship.
In indigenous cultures around the world, they would have these areas in their communities that would be kind of considered sacred groves. And that would really be an area where people in those communities knew that they weren't supposed to cut trees, that they weren't supposed to take from that area, because that was really their source of those hard-to-find native medicinal plants that were really important to those communities. And I feel like we've lost that. There's a small area on this land that was never logged, and that was really that concept of the sacred grove to the people who lived in this community. They knew not to harm that area because many people would go there to harvest medicinal plants. And then you've got part of the land that's been logged, strip mined, and yet has returned. So it really has that healing feeling that if we protect areas that are intact, then that vitality can spread out and heal those areas that have been damaged.
Well, I haven't taken the life of that plant. I've borrowed its root. I'm going to plant this plant back. It's all right. You can just put that back in the ground a little bit. Any place you can get under.
We cannot take without giving back. There must be reciprocity. There must be exchange. And what we value as human beings is not necessarily what is going to be valued in the natural world. We have to let nature decide what it ought to receive. And we have to be able to listen.
There are different ways to see, and most people see like this. They go through life with blinders on, because that's what they need to do. They're focused, they got a job to do, they got food to eat. But you know what? First Nations people, this is their office. So when they go through the woods, you look in both directions. You look up, you look down, you look all around. Well, I understood a forest so much better when I understood how to look in a forest.
We've had to slow the world down here so these plants can live and they can go through their life cycles as naturally as possible. And putting our focus on that, the rest of the forest and the wildlife that exists here can follow suit. Everything else around them is also given that space and that time. And then the regeneration and the growth and the vitality is given that space and that time. And that vitality, it captures the spirit, it captures the soul, it captures something deep, deep, deep down inside our humanity. There's something worth preserving there. There's memory there. There's culture there. And there's a lot of peace and a lot of joy that comes out of that preservation and putting your energy into protecting and preserving something so beautiful.
If we open our eyes and if we see how these little places of refuge, these sacred groves, can then, if allowed to, heal the areas around them, you sort of feel like not only do you get healed internally by walking through these woods, but you walk away, I think, inspired and hopeful.